Welcome back, Rebels, to Studio G. I'm Simone Randall.
And I'm Christian Smith. Thank you for joining us. Today in our show, we are continuing to talk about mental health, and it all starts right now.
Hey Rebels, today we want to discuss domestic violence and cases similar like Gabby Petito out of many.
Domestic violence occurs every day to a range of different people, including different ethnic backgrounds, different races, and different genders. It is abused physically and mentally through violence and manipulation. About 20 people are physically abused by a intimate partner every minute in America, which means about 10 million women and men are physically abused each year in America.
And also nationwide, there are more than 20,000 phone calls placed to a domestic violence hotline each day.
Domestic violence contains only one of many aspects that is under the umbrella of mental health.
And one of those aspects is ADHD, which is a common mental disorder that most commonly affects children and also affects many adults. Reporter Sydney Lum has more.
Attention difficulty, hyperactivity, and impulsiveness. ADHD is usually diagnosed during childhood and can continue into adulthood. It can play a part in low self-esteem, troubled relationships, and difficulty at school or work.
It made things very difficult to communicate and to just keep myself on track, keep myself motivated. It was just very hard as a child.
The treatments that are available to people diagnosed with ADHD are medications and therapies.
Things that I liked about the treatment was it made everything so much easier. It got that brain fog out of my head, and I could think, I could have a cognitive thought, I could deal with my relationships, I could do my schoolwork. But one of the downsides is it really takes away your personality and it dulls you and it makes you so boring. So when you're dealing with medication, it's very important to tell your doctor what's working with you and what's not working for you so that you can figure out a happy, healthy balance.
Tori really shows how to work around her ADHD and be successful in her day-to-day life.
Yeah, it's good that she found a way to work around her issues that she has, and hopefully people can see that story and take from it.
Yeah, it's definitely very positive.
Now, what if there was a way for your phone to give you resources for your mental health rather than having to search for it on your own? I reported on ways Apple is striving to make that a possibility in the near future. Apple is working on a way to help iPhone users by diagnosing and detecting conditions according to TechCrunch such as depression, anxiety, and cognitive decline. Researchers hope that analysis of data such as mobility, sleep patterns, and how people type could spot behaviors associated with those conditions, according to the Wall Street Journal. A study is being conducted by the University of California, Los Angeles, using 3,000 volunteers that are being tracked by their iPhone data and Apple Watch data. Researchers from the University of California, Los Angeles will compare all the data gathered and create a questionnaire that participants will fill out about how they feel. Another company, according to TechCrunch, called Biogen, said they are working on a 2-year study to monitor cognitive functions and spotting mild cognitive impairment, which, according to Biogen, has the potential to develop in the Alzheimer's. A way both of these studies can help Apple is helping create features that will warn users if the iPhone or Apple Watch or any Apple product see signs of mental health condition. Once detected, users will be given information that will help them get the help they need. It may be a few years before Apple creates these type of features, but we can say that Apple is moving in the right direction. This is Christian Smith here at Studio G, signing out. September is Suicide Prevention Month, and we are going to take a moment to discuss some ways you can help either yourself or others who are struggling with depression. Important to recognize the symptoms, which include lack of sleep or oversleeping. This could lead to constantly feeling depressed and having withdrawal from friends and family members. Starting the conversation about depression with the loved one begins by being an active listener. Rather than giving your own advice on the subject, some useful phrases to use in these conversations include, "You are not alone," "I'm here for you," and "Your life is important to me." For more information about how you can help suicide prevention in Nevada, visit nvsuicideprevention.org.
Thank you for that. That was a lot of good information, and I'm glad we put in that .org so
Yes.
people know where to go to.
Yes.
Now we are going to our commercial break, so stick around for our weather forecast, more things on mental health, and our in-studio guest.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to our show. Let's take a break from our heavy-hearted show and take a look at our weather forecast with Simone.
Hello guys. Now for your weather forecast for today. Let's take a look over at our map and see what the temperatures are. You can see we have 84 degrees as our high today with nice clear sunny skies. No more haze. We're going to have a low all the way to 59 degrees, so very cold. Make sure you pack right, sweaters, jackets, all that fun stuff. This weekend, you can see we are having high temperatures on the weekend again, but still not in those triple digits yet. So still drink lots of water, be prepared, and at night again, it is 30 degrees almost drop. So keep those sweaters ready. Back to you, Christian.
Thank you, Simone. Now it's time to take a break and rest. Oh, you didn't think I meant the news break, did you? We have a service on campus to help all the stressed out students relax. Reporter Richard Pezic has more.
Hey Rebels, if you want to get relaxed, you can go to the relaxation room that has massage chairs in the second floor of the Wellness Center. I talked with Christian Silva, who was an assistant graduate with fitness here at UNLV, and he told me more about these massage chairs.
So here we have the Rebel Wellness Zone. The room we're actually in is where we have our 4 high-end massage chairs where you can book them during our hours. And a lot of students and any faculty or staff that are members or community members come in to actually utilize these to just kind of take a break. It's a nice quiet zone and to just relax. And mental health and wellness is correlated to your body and your overall health. And I think our massage chairs are a great way to help just relax those muscles and overall improve your mental health. We also have fitness assessments in the Rebel Wellness Zone where you can kind of see where you're at. We have trained attendants and fitness trainers that can analyze body fat, body comp, flexibility tests, and movement impairments. And then if you want, we can also pair you with our nationally accredited personal trainers that can kind of get you on the right path to help you reach your goals, whether they be health and wellness oriented or even mental. And just getting more active can help people feel a lot better.
I also spoke with Faith, who's a Rebel Wellness Zone attendant, who told me more about the massage chairs, as well as how they can improve the mental health of the student populace.
It's definitely help with mental health. So right here, we can, the massagers can relax a person, and also we have fitness assessments that can check in on your body and to also relax physically.
I wanted to know more about how the massage chairs could actually improve our mental health, so Christian told me about myofascial release, which is a type of stimulation of the muscles that can improve our mental health.
The term is called myofascial release, where it really relaxes your tight muscles and it gets those knots and just tries to relax them, and in turn just reduces the stress on your body and your joints and your bones. So here there's various different modes. You can focus on your legs, your back, your upper back. lower back common areas. So yeah, however you want to do, you can just mess around with the modes and you'll be pretty comfortable.
If you want to try out these massage chairs yourself, you can book an appointment with the Wellness Zone or go in for a walk-in appointment. The Wellness Zone is open from Monday to Thursday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., but on Fridays they close 1 hour earlier at 4 p.m. This is GN Richard Pedzik reporting for UNLV-TV.
Wow, that looks so comfortable. I definitely need to make an appointment and try out those massage chairs. But now let's go to an interview with Christian.
Welcome back, Rebels, to our mental health show. Today, I'm sitting down with Hyra Ellerton, who is the Vice President of Public Relations at Nevada State Student Alliance and an advocate for mental health awareness. Hyra, thank you for coming in. I want to ask you first, what brings you here today to talk about mental health?
Hi, so I actually was invited by the team, and I think it's very important to spread the word. You know, even just in Nevada State, it is important to spread the word to UNLV students and how important it is for the mental health. So that's why I'm here.
And also, you're also in college too. So I want to ask you, what are your plans after you graduate? What are you going to look forward to doing?
Yeah, so after I finish my undergrad, I obviously want to go to grad school, and I want to do, after maybe a couple of 5-6 years, I do want to become a psychotherapist and also focus on social media and public relations content too.
Yes, and also I heard that you have personal trauma as well. We're not going to get into that stuff, but I just want to ask you, how are you able to take your trauma and be able to help others, find ways to figure out how to get, something you need?
Yeah, so with the person who has trauma, it is very important for others to remember that if you have trauma, you're not alone. And I think for me, by myself, I had to struggle with my trauma alone. I had to recognize it alone. And it's important for me to listen and to have someone who experienced trauma by themselves, because they know what I'm feeling and then they know what I went through. And maybe we went through similar things. So having my trauma and basically sharing what I experienced, sharing what I do, sharing what works for me, and maybe it could work for them. Every single person are different. So that's one of the things that I try to help others for.
Yes, and that's one thing I'm happy. That's why I'm happy you came here, because it still seems like even though in 2021 people have been more open to mental health, saying, you should seek help, get a therapist and stuff, but it still seems like it's still maybe a stigma, especially around men, or, like men have to be tough all the time. So what would you say to someone, especially our man or woman, who is dealing with mental health problems, but they're hiding it, they don't want to come out with it? What would you give advice to them? What would you tell them?
I think one of the things that I want to say is that it's okay, and it takes time to acknowledge that you're going through something. So I think one of the advice I could definitely give is take your time. If you want to keep it to yourself, go ahead. But it is there's a lot of great resources here in UNLV, so at any other colleges. So it'd be great for you to maybe look for some support groups and such, but always take your time and be comfortable with where you're at.
And then what are some sources or services that people can use at UNLV if they want to get any help that they need?
Yeah, so at UNLV, I believe you guys have your own therapist on campus. And I believe, based on what I've heard, there's been a bunch of students coming, especially with how much students UNLV has. And I think it's great to take advantage of those. You're paying for those resources, and I think you could wait if you want to. But there's also other resources inside the state and such that allows that, for example, NAMI, which is the National it's their National Station of Mental Health here in Nevada. They have support groups where you could just attend and walk in. There's no questions asked, and you could join and talk about what you've been going through and such. So
okay,
yeah.
And then let's also talk about your background and stuff like that. So what exactly what is your major?
So I used to be a nursing major. Now I'm in psychology.
And what made you want to switch from doing the nursing to doing what you're doing?
Yeah, so my mental health went really downhill. For nursing, I grew up in a Filipino household where nurses and the nursing community is very looked up upon. And I'm not nursing. Nurses are very great. They make good money. They help a lot in our community. And I think I wanted something different because I would realize how much mental breakdowns I get in a week. I decided to change, and I'm in such a happy place right now. So.
Right, that's good, because that's also something that I was thinking of. I was going in, especially when I was going to college my first year, I was thinking about doing pharmacy and pharmacist, but I had a sudden change of heart. I felt like this is what I want to do. So how did you find your calling in you figuring out what you want to do?
Yeah, it took me 2.5 years, almost 3 years, to decide to change to psychology. And I think once you can tell that you're going through hard things, like especially your exam grades, your assignment grades, you just don't have the motivation to do anything that's related to your major. I think that's one of the biggest signs that I had. And then I was just like, you know what? I'm not happy here. Maybe I should switch to something I was really passionate about. And that's a good thing because we're young and we have a lot of time in the world. And even if there's a stigma between going to college and graduating at the right age, there's a lot of time for us. So you could always switch whenever you want.
That's good. And then also, last question, what, like, because we were already talking about how the stigma and all that type of thing. Do you see any change? Do you think that now people are, like, do we see more people are opening up? But do you see that it's starting to change? And also, I want to ask you, have you told people, like, your story and stuff like that, and were they able to, you kind of helped them out too, maybe told them, have you ever told someone, like, they should seek help? Or
Yeah, so definitely, given that TikTok is really big right now, you see a lot of therapists on TikTok. You see a lot of people that try to give content that is very informational, that helps you recognize that, oh, you're going through this. Maybe you have depression, maybe you have anxiety, maybe you're going through a slight OCD moment, And I think you are, given that in 2020 we were all at home, and in 2021 everyone started to come out again, I think the transition of that was really big, and there was a lot of changes. And personally, I helped my sister to seek help, definitely. I helped her recognize her own traumas and that she needs help. So I think it's very important.
Thank you, Heidi, for coming in. I appreciate it. We'll be right back after this quick break.
There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
Welcome back. The UNLV Rebels football has an upcoming game against UTSA Roadrunners on Saturday, October 2nd. Rebels have yet to win a game this season, but hopefully they can bring it around and bring home a win.
This year, I really want to see UNLV football win. I'm tired of seeing them lose, and hopefully we get a better chance, man.
Same, it is a little heartbreaking. I'm ready for them to win as well.
The Las Vegas Aces are going into their second game leading 1-0 in the semifinals tonight at 7 p.m. at the Michelob Ultra Arena. If the Aces win tonight, they are one game away from the WNBA Finals. That's very exciting, Las Vegas Aces. If we can win it all here, win it all in the Knights, everything in Las Vegas, it's just going to be a big boom. Yes. For the economy and everything.
Yeah, I'm glad to see the Aces doing good, girl power out there.
Yes.
I'm glad. It's good. Vegas Golden Knights play their third preseason game tonight at 7 p.m. against the LA Kings in Salt Lake City.
What do you see? Do you see us winning that game against Salt Lake?
Of course, the Golden Knights, we always win, Not always, but we're doing good. This year is going to be the year. We take it all.
We'll see.
So that's our show. We appreciate you watching and hope you have a great week.
Yep, and make sure you tune in to our next show next Tuesday, where we'll be remembering the October 1st shooting.
I'm Simone Randall.
And I'm Christian Smith. See you next time.